All right, guys, welcome. Today we are talking about setting goals. I know there's all sorts of information out there about setting goals, but I want to talk about some of the ways that I use goal setting and some of the ways that work for me, because I think as creatives, we aren't wired quite like everybody else. Okay, so there's all the information out there on the internet about setting SMART goals, and I'm going to read that for you really quick, and then I'm going to talk to you about how I do things differently. Okay, so I definitely think there's value in setting some SMART goals, especially when you're looking at big picture stuff. So SMART goals they're specific, they're measurable. So specific means, you're really clear on what they are. There's attention to detail in those. They're measurable, means that you can prove that you're getting closer to them. There's data behind them. Attainable means that they're realistic within the time frame that you've allowed. They're relevant, and so they are attached to your bigger picture plan. They make sense. They align with where you're headed. And then time-based, you've set a specific amount of time for this to happen within. Okay, so that is great for big picture plan. But for me as a creative, that still feels really big picture. Okay, and so for me, I have to do two things when I'm trying to reach a very specific goal. I have to break it down into teeny tiny steps and focus on those little steps at a time. And two, I have to reward myself, okay? Which might sound silly, because isn't the reward achieving the goal, or isn't the award getting the income, or whatever it is? Yes, but that's just the way I'm wired, guys. I have to have a driving force that's more immediate to get me to work towards it. So yes, if I do this work this month, in 2 months, I might see more income. That's not close enough to trick my mind into wanting to do the work, okay? I love my work, I love my job, but it's still hard some days to sit down and do it. It's just the nature of running a business or doing any sort of work. There's days where it feels hard. So let's break this down. So if I am looking at adding a new program, okay, I'm going to add a boot camp to my business, or a new course, okay? Let's say I'm going to add a new course to my business. Okay, I decide I'm adding a course, okay? So I could set SMART goals for it, but that doesn't necessarily work for me in this specific situation. So this is how I would set my goals. I would say, okay, so I want to launch a course. Let's say I have 30 days. I want to launch it in 30 days, okay? So I would write out my timeline of here's where I'm launching, okay? And then I would set a backwards timeline from how I'm going to get there, okay? So I would say, okay, the week before, I need to have all the videos recorded and edited so that I know that they're ready to go, and then I'm just building the system online after that, okay? So then I know I need my videos done and edited a week before it, which means I need to record them the week before that, which means the week before that, I need to script it and make my slides or information. And so the week before that, I need to be planning that stuff. So that's how I would do my backwards timeline for that part. Well, then I'd overlay that with what are the other components that I need to be worrying about. And so somewhere in there, I need to worry about the marketing pieces. How am I going to share this with people? So I would say, okay, I'm going to want to share this through my email and through my social media channels. Okay. So, and I know I want to do that week before the launch. I'm going to have, preview, hey, this is coming out. Stay tuned on the 10th, it's launching. Stuff like that. So I would then need to plan out, well, how many emails do I want to send out beforehand and then afterwards, and plan those out. What kind of images I need for stories versus posts. I would make a list of what potential reels I could make, what are the pain points that I'm helping people with. Okay, well, this course is about making SVGs. Okay, well, what are the questions people commonly ask? And I'd go through that, and I'd make all that list of things. So I break it down into simple, teeny, tiny steps, and give everything a date that it needs to be done by. Now, I'm almost always late on my own deadlines, but you can give yourself tiny rewards within there for achieving the specific deadlines, and then a big reward. And guys, it's not like a vacation to Hawaii. It's I can go to TJ Maxx and buy anything I want if I get this done in time. And so that's the other piece. Or sometimes it's a matter of today, if I need to record this video, I will say if I sit down and get this video recorded, then in the afternoon, I can sit down and watch anything I want guilt-free, okay? So I reward myself for tiny micro actions and getting those done, because that helps me be more effective. So SMART goals, great. I encourage you to set those too. But if those aren't working for you, I would work on breaking it down into steps, giving each step its own space and timeline and time frame. Okay, so if you're looking at the whole thing, it feels overwhelming. But if you know this week all you have to do is make the slides and write the script, that feels so much easier than knowing you've got a whole course to build. Okay, so then once you get that done, then all you're looking at is, I just need to sit down and record these. You're not worried about the editing. You're not worrying about building it on the platform. That week, you're only worried about what's slated for that week. Okay, and then give yourself tiny rewards in there, because working hard does deserve rewards. And if you are starting a business, running a business, you are doing something that most people don't. You are working, when it's swimming against the stream. Okay, this is not easy work. Not everybody does this because it is hard. So you're doing something hard. You deserve little rewards. And I hope this little bit of goal setting feedback and what works for me helps you maybe make some new goals for you and help you get closer to achieving those. All right, you've got this.